Pratap, first of all, congratulations on this new BLAZO range.
Thank you.
We call it the i-TRK, the intelligent truck that the Indian industry has ever seen. Just take us through the rationale behind the design element, because it's not just an emotional or aspirational purchase for the transporters. It's going to be their tool for earning. What design element have gone behind that thought process to make it more viable?
Yeah, so thank you for asking me that question. Look, I think the truck industry by and large in India has not seen innovation as other segments have seen. So if you look at two-wheelers, if you look at other commercial vehicles, if you look at SUVs, cars, passenger vehicles, they've all seen huge change in technology, in intelligence, in architecture, in compute power. Now we asked the basic question that why can't a truck be intelligent? Why can't it bring the innovation of everything that's happening in the automotive industry around the world into a truck to give you better efficiency, better comfort, better operating margins, all of that. And the design, what we call IntelliCore design, today the world, by the way, not only India, is facing a huge shortage of truck drivers. There's almost 35 to 40% shortage. How do you make truck driving attractive, comfortable, and exciting for younger people coming up? You have to give them a product that also meets their aspirations. So yes, there's a very strong business side, but you also have to look at comfort, ergonomics, the look, of a truck. And this is perfectly brought out in the BLAZO range.
You mentioned specifically about the drivers. They spend 12 to 14 hours or even more in the truck.
Yes.
Any specific design element that have gone behind this cabin which will make their journey more comfortable?
So first of all, the suspended cabin. Then we've put in, which protects the driver from shocks. The seat itself is one of the most ergonomic seats you can find in this category or in trucking actually. Also the way we have done the layout, the control, the visibility, the overall cabin colors, comfort, this goes a long way in ensuring the well-being of the drivers. Like you said, 12, 14 hours, it's their office, and then it also becomes their home away from home. So we also have some versions with a single, sleeper berth with a lot of storage. You have to look at the end-to-end journey of what a truck driver does, and we have taken a lot of feedback to make it a great place for a truck driver to be and to operate huge loads in extreme weather conditions in India to get your goods from A to B.
So you're saying a lot of things have changed inside the cabin in terms of reach, the storage, the comfort and the control.
Yes, I mean, we spoke about, for example, the cruise control. We've just simplified it. There are 3 buttons that is intuitive and anyone can understand and operate. Instead of making it very complex, how do you take technology and deliver that in a way that's understandable, that's easy to use, that doesn't increase the load that a truck driver already has? So it was all about simplification of his life and, in the truck while operating. And that was central to us. Yes, we know business, profit ka rocket, as you know, is important. But if the well-being of the truck driver himself is not taken care of, all of that makes no meaning. And Mahindra, we are so concerned about the welfare of drivers.
And in terms of form versus functionality,
yes,
is there anything particular that has come up in the design element that actually stands for Mahindra DNA?
Yeah, so if you look at, a lot of people know our SUVs for the 6 slots and the grille, and many of our customers, fleet owners said, "Sir, ye Mahindra dikhni chahiye." When you see it in the rear view mirror or when you see it in the distance, see in the highway, the distances of viewing are much longer than in a city. In a city, you see vehicles much closer. In a highway, you can see a truck from 250, 300 meters away. Instantly, you have to recognize it's a Mahindra, and you will see all the elements which are so recognizable in Mahindra SUVs. Now we've translated that and brought it into the BLAZO truck.
And that's so wonderfully said, because one is to see the element from the outside. The other part is the functionality or the operational challenges, be it highways, be it steep slopes, ghats. Indian road conditions.
Yes.
Anything specific that you have brought in from the customer's feedback for the real world challenges?
I think, Vinod spoke about it and we'll speak about it more. There are a lot of those technical innovations that we spoke about. Automatic drive modes, for example, takes all the guesswork away. You have the computing power, you have cloud computing, you have AI. Why don't we deploy them to make the lives of the truckers better and by the way, more profits for the operators. So, that comes in. We'll speak about it in much more detail. But the intelligence married with design really creates the BLAZO range.
Got it. And as you spoke about the design element, seeing a vehicle from the far
Yes.
away and
Yes.
recognizing it as Mahindra's
Yeah.
DNA.
Yeah.
And as the commercial vehicles specifically move towards hybrids, electrification, LNG and CNG, is there anything particular in terms of visual language that will fundamentally challenge you or change the trucking scenario?
There is a very fine line between expressing technology, which can change, and expressing a brand. I think for us, regardless of the fuel source, regardless of the motive power, we want it to be a Mahindra truck, first and foremost. And this is the first step in bringing that design language into our trucks. And as we go in the future, you will see, more and more expressions of this incredible Mahindra DNA.
Perfect, Pratap. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best and good luck for the future design.
Thank you so much. Thank you.